Hey everybody, Leah here. Welcome to the June 2025 card reading. June is the month of I follow my heart. And so mid-year, really good time to check in to really see if you're on track with the goals you made. You might have changed your goals. They may not align with you anymore. So really tuning into your heart, seeing what feels true, what feels right for you, and then being guided by that as you move forward and make your decisions. The essential oil for June is Shinrin-Yoku. This is the oil of forest bathing. If you live somewhere near a forest, then one of the most beautiful things you can do for yourself is to go there and just sit and just, you're not even thinking, you're not analyzing anything, you're not even noticing the beauty so much as you're just sitting in there and really immersing yourself in it. If you can't do that, then get the oil, and even if you can still get out in nature somewhere, but use that oil this month to really help you to get connected to your heart space, connected to source, whatever that is for you, and to just allow yourself to immerse in that and see the messages that come that can then guide you. The card from my healing cards for this month is the card of protection. Quite often, when we talk about protection, people talk about putting a shield around ourselves, blocking everything out. That's not the way I like to do it. I really like to instead imagine a light in your heart chakra and feel that expanding and moving out so that it completely fills your own body, it fills the space around you. And what that does, rather than being a fear-based thing of not letting things in, it's a heart-based thing of allowing all the good around you to come out. That good can still come through, but it protects you in that sense. Alrighty, so numerology cards, we're going to choose 3 cards, 1, 2, or 3. You choose a number and we will read them at the end of the reading. So card 1, card 2, and card 3. Okay, let's get started with the reading. Okay, so we're going to draw 3 cards for each week of June. In the daily cards, there is a little bit of sort of up and downs throughout the month, which makes perfect sense when we're trying to live more in alignment and doing what is best for us. That isn't always an easy thing to do, particularly if you're not someone who is used to putting yourself first, and if you're not surrounded by people who are used to you putting yourself first. 2 for that. It can certainly create a little bit of upheaval, but this isn't a bad thing. This is a good thing. You're moving towards something that is more authentic for you. You're more aligned. You are doing what is best for you. And, you can do that with a lot of kindness and grace and respect to the people around you. This is not an ego-based thing at all. It's authentic. That's the word that keeps coming up. So starting the week off, Knight of Raphael. In the daily cards too, I think for some of you there could be a change in relationship status this month, whether you meet someone new, whether your current relationship is moving forward. For some of you, it almost feels to me, like you're going to consider something that you had never considered before, like a completely new sort of situation or, type, someone that you wouldn't have previously have even contemplated dating. But it's like you will, as you get more heart-based decision making going on, you're starting to, your priorities and the way you feel about things and look at things are really starting to shift, and that's a really good thing. Alrighty, so the first week of June. So Knight of Raphael, we have the card of celebration here, 4 of Wands, and we have the progress card. So it really feels like you're bringing a lot of joy into your life. So for some of you, this is relationships, but not for everybody. For others, I feel like this is you just taking on a new choosing joy, choosing happiness, choosing to go after the things that really make your heart sing and make you excited. So, these don't have to be big things. This could be that you are just focusing on bringing a little bit of joy into your life each day. It might be that you go and buy yourself flowers. It might be that you spend time sitting out in a nice spot in the garden with a cup of tea and just sit there and be. It might be that you decide to plan a holiday, or you have a girls' night with friends who really make you feel good about yourself. There is this element of celebration here. So I think whatever you were doing, you're enjoying it. You are bringing, I feel like a lot of you are going to be celebrating yourself. So there could be an achievement here for some of you as well. You might have completed something. You might have, we talked about relationships, so there could be engagements and weddings. There is this celebration here. If there's not something that you're planning, if there's not this celebration, then perhaps start to plan it. Look at if there's something you want to achieve, and make that a thing so that you're working towards something that's going to have this lovely celebration at the end of it. And you've got this card of progress. So you will really, it may not be that overnight you see these big changes, but it's something you're going to be working at consistently. And over time, then you see those big changes. It doesn't, sometimes, we get joy and happiness from those quick fixes. So we might buy something or do something we like, feel really good about that for a few days, and then it sort of wears off. This is more, this following your heart is more finding that joy from an internal place and growing that. And that's not to say you don't get joy from external factors, because that can be a really good way to get yourself into that way of thinking, but then hold on to that way of thinking, that feeling that you get from that, and go, okay, I want to feel that every day. How can I bring that into my life every day and use that to move forward? So the second week, we have the King of Raphael, we have the Lovers card, and we have the King of Stars. So you're changing something here. It's like you're developing, you're manifesting. I know a lot of people don't like that word. So, creating, but it's like you're taking charge of your life, but not in this way of, I have to do this and this and this struggle and pressure. And we've got the Lovers card here. It's heart-based. It's you really connecting, and then go, okay, what do I want? How do I want this to be? And when you're really in alignment with who you are, that is going to start to flow much easier for you. So this isn't going to be a lot of struggle or effort in June. This is a very lovely, calm, content energy. With that King of Raphael there, you're bringing in, there might be a lot going on. So I'm talking about calm and content. That doesn't mean it's going to be just a month of nothing happening. I feel like there's going to be a fair bit happening, but a lot of that's going to be internal work that then you will see external changes. But as I said, when it's heart-based, things start to really flow. So it doesn't feel like effort. So this could be quite a life-changing month for you, but it's not going to be out of struggle or effort on your part, so long as you put in the work to get in tune with yourself. So meditation, use your tapping to clear any blocks or anything that comes up. Reiki is a really beautiful way to just balance the energy in your body to help you get into that heart space. So just finding the tools that you have, book a session with me if you need to. But once you're in that heart-based place, things are going to start to really fall into place and flow really nicely for you. Now, in the third week of June, we have Queen of Ariel, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Seven of Hearts. There's choices here to be made. I feel like you're going to take off the rosy-colored glasses and you're going to see things as they are. Now, I talked at the beginning about when you start to put yourself first, sometimes the people who are around you who have benefited from you not doing that may not like this. I feel like you're going to, and this isn't all of you, but I feel like there's a group of you who that fits, and you're going to start to see that perhaps the people around you, the environments around you haven't really been looking out for your best interests. And I feel like now this isn't going to work for me going forward. I want to make some changes here. And I feel like you're really going to take that time to nurture yourself, look after yourself, and start putting yourself first. Really, really important. Now, part of this is finding those people who do support you, who do help you look after yourself, who you have that give and take relationship. So, you might find there's someone in your life who does that for you, who goes without a lot or does everything for you. And then you're sort of like, oh my goodness, I didn't actually realize that was the dynamic we had. And so it might be that you're like, actually, I'm going to start to do a bit more for this person who does so much for me, and I'm going to meet you halfway. So there will be some kind of realization where you're seeing things as they are. And again, this is in a really nice way. It might not feel, you might feel quite uncomfortable, but you're going to make really positive changes as a result of this. And the last week of June, we've got Ten of Gabriel, King of Gabriel, we've got the Eight of Wands, and we've got the Four of Hearts. So we've got, it's another progress card here. This can be you trying to do too much, taking on too much. So it might be that you've gone back into that struggle a little bit of like, oh, you know, it's the end of the month, especially going to the end of the financial year. If you're like me with bookkeeping, you know, it might be a whole lot of work that all of a sudden you find you have to do come the end of June. So it feels like there's a whole lot sort of going on here. Try and take this as a reminder to get back into that heart space. Things will always happen when we're doing these, making these really good changes for ourselves that might test us, might go, okay, well, have you learnt this lesson? Are you actually going to bring this into your life all of the time? Or as soon as there's some upheaval, are you going to go back to your old ways of being? It can just be that it's life. Life is busy. You know, we have to work, we have to pay bills, we have to put food on the table, we have to clean the house. You know, there's things that just have to be done. But we can do all of those things from a heart space as well. So I think it's bringing that energy into what you're doing. It may well be that you just decide, well, I actually physically cannot do that with this job I'm in, or this relationship I'm in, or this place that I live. So it might be you actually, I do need to change this because I can't, those two things just can't work together. That might be the lesson. That might be the prompt that you need to go, okay, I have to make a big change here. Have a look at your, you know, June mid-year check-in is always a really good time to sort of look at your goals. What have I achieved this year? You know, quite often we start the year really strong. And then, as I said, life gets really busy. And then all of a sudden we're halfway through the year and it's like, oh my goodness, I haven't achieved anything. Or I've done a lot here, but I've completely neglected this aspect of my life. It's just a good opportunity to check in. Also, don't forget, if you do have the journal, there is the mid-year check-in tapping session on the 20th of June, free for journal owners, $10. Otherwise, the link will be in the comments. So if you want to join in on that, it's just over Zoom. But a really nice way, just check in with your goals, get you back on track, get that excitement going again. But it feels like a nice month. It feels like a lovely energy this month. There are ups and downs. There is stuff to work through. That always happens when we're making these changes and trying to be more in alignment with ourselves and our purpose. And but this feels good, and it feels like if you're actually doing that internal work, your external world is going to improve. You're going to see those changes. You're going to see that progress. It might be slow. That does not matter. It's progress. So bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. We have the Ace of Raphael, and we have the Seven of Stars. Definitely some of you are getting engaged, getting married, meeting someone new. That's, yeah, definitely in the cards this month. But for others, I feel like this really is this spiritual connection that you are really starting to foster and grow and embrace. I think for some of you, this is something that you have put not even on the back, well, it could be on the back burner, that life's just been too busy, and so it's something you want to do, you know you need to do it, but you haven't. So for those of you who that fits, I feel like this month you're going to bring that back in. But for others, I feel like, you know, it's disconnected altogether. So, you know, if you've had a very religious upbringing, if you had parents or family who don't believe in that spiritual aspect at all, it can be just something we disconnect from altogether. And I feel like some of you, there's like this rebirth coming in of this spiritual connection for you, and you're going to get there and develop that through this self-care and listening to your heart and what you want to do with your life. So have that belief in that you know, this is the most natural thing in the world. It isn't a religious thing. It isn't a selfish thing to put yourself first. Try and use your tapping. If there's any blocks around any of that, use your tapping, get rid of it because it's not helping you. This is your absolute birthright to live from your heart space in alignment with who you are and to live the life that you want to live. And so you need to give yourself permission to do that. And if there's a reason you can't, tap on it. Let's get rid of it. Alrighty, so the numerology cards. Card number 1 is 46. domestic harmony. So, yeah, for those of you, there is something definitely going on here in the romantic sector, but also, that domestic harmony. I think it's that contentment. It's finding that joy in your everyday life. It's enjoying that time at home. It's making your home a haven. So it might be for some of you that you want to create a space in your home. So you might have a spare room that's just full of clutter that you say, right, I'm going to clear it up and, I'm going to put a nice lounge in there, or it's going to be somewhere, that I can get there and I can sit and the light comes in from the window and I can it's my space that I go and I read a book or I sit and think or whatever it is that makes you feel really good. And spending, as I said earlier, spending time with people who really bring you joy and make you feel good. I feel like nurturing those relationships is going to be really important for this month. And if you've drawn that card, that may resonate for you. The second card is 19. This is the card of pride. I think for a lot of you, again, like if you don't put yourself first, if you put everybody else first, it can be really hard to look at yourself and have that pride. So I think looking at everything you do for everybody else, so this is double-sided. So acknowledging how much you do and allowing yourself to feel the pride in that, but don't be defined by that need to do everything for everybody else in order to feel that pride. So this could be either way for you. If you feel like if I stop doing this for everybody, then who am I? What am I? Like I'm defined by that, tap on it. Because for some of you, I feel like there's that. And it's like if I pull back and take care of me, oh my God, what does that make me? Who does that make me? No one's going to need me. That is my whole identity. That's what makes me feel good, is being of service to everybody else. So that could be a really big thing to work through this month. And it's not to say you don't ever do anything for anyone else again. It's just saying you do what feels good for you to do for others, but it's not at the sacrifice of yourself. Card number 3 is the card of compassion, 99. Having compassion for yourself is really, really important, having it for those around you. Now, for some of you, I feel like there could be this element of forgiveness is needed this month. That there could be, again, it could be those people around you who sort of use your energy. But for some of you, I feel like this is more something from the past. This is something that, you have carried with you for a long time, that it's time to clear that out and get rid of it because it's keeping you stuck in you're functioning from a foundation level or survival instincts, as opposed to being able to then come into that heart space and live from there, being able to trust in the world and those around you. So I feel like for some of you, that compassion card is asking you to let go of something from the past. Let go is not the right word. You can't just go, oh, that didn't happen, I'll forget about it. You need to address it and work through it and be able to move on from it so that you can get back into this heart space. But for some of you, I do feel it's compassion for you and really doing things that are good for you, that are nurturing. So it might be that you decide to do a whole lot of food prep of really healthy meals, and so that when you are busy, because some of you, I feel like it is going to be a busy month, you can still look after yourself because you go, yep, my dinner's there, I take it out of the freezer in the morning, it's ready to go, I've got this beautiful healthy meal. I'm not foregoing my health or my taking care of myself because of all this other busy stuff. And then it's not, well, I can't get all of this other stuff done because I need to actually take that time out for myself. It's doing the things that you can do so that it all just flows and works really well. So I really hope that helps. I hope to see you on the 20th in the Zoom. Have a really wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.